You go to Facebook and YouTube. Well, welcome to a Smooth live show with Paul Toothpicks Curry, live from Melbourne, Australia. And it's Smooth Jazz Melbourne. And I want to welcome you this morning here in Melbourne town. And I would like to welcome the very lovely Lisa Addeo from Miami, Florida. Welcome, Lisa. And we'll hear from her very shortly. But America's own #1 Billboard artist, Lisa Addeo, is a pianist, vocalist, composer whose music has been in the #1 media base, #1 Billboard charts, #1 Smooth Jazz Network, with over a numerous amount of songs played globally through stations including the Sirius XMs, Watercolors, Seriously Sinatra, Holiday Tradition channels, and Music Choices Smooth Jazz channel. What I've read and what I would also support, the colourful mosaic of cool smooth jazz. Welcome, Lisa, to
Thank you. Thank you, Paul, for having me. I'm so happy to be in Australia tonight.
Yay.
Yay.
Well, it's great to be in Miami, Florida today.
There you go. It just rained, so all the air is like nice and moist. So it's like a sauna out there right now.
Okay. Oh, that's lovely. Well, it's a beautiful blue skies here in Melbourne, but you know what? How awesome it is today that we're able to do this, link from the other side of the world, huh?
Yes, I love it. I absolutely love it. So,
well, I was really stoked when we touched base, a week or so ago, and we thought when you said yes to coming on to the show, the Smooth Live show is all about introducing the artist and the music and the smooth. It's a live stream, and my background, and it's not about me, but it's about you, Lisa. But radio broadcasting for 20 years. Smooth jazz genre, that's what I sort of get into. So I'm really excited, and it's a pleasure having you on our show today. So thank you so much. So you talk, how's it going? How are you coping with everything, Lisa? What's going on?
Florida, we're leading, the coronavirus, the cases. So, it's a great opportunity to stay home and work on new songs and to sit at the piano. And, I write my own arrangements and, I walk around and just write songs all day long. So it's a good opportunity to do that. And also this technical, we're reaching out. I'm not sure that you and I would have reached out to each other and met each other if it hadn't been. We're playing to each other via cyberspace. So it's a lovely opportunity. Technically, we're all trying to get up to speed. We're trying to get the right sound. We're trying to get the right, setting and in the living room,
Right. Yeah.
So that's what's going on. I miss my audiences. I can't wait to get back to them. I was telling you that my couch and this chair, they're my two new fans, and they don't talk back. They don't make requests, but it is what it is. So I need to get my piano tuned. So I'm not doing that yet. As soon as the virus, lets up a little bit, we'll do that again. So
yeah, sure.
I
tell you what, I was so fortunate to hear a little essence of your playing before we went live, and I nearly fell out of the chair, man. So Lisa, amazing, absolutely amazing. How exciting! But I can imagine though it's the challenge of what's going on today, and I've just been fortunate, as you said, through the airwaves, live streaming, to watch different artists, and I've been watching your name on the chart. I follow smoothjazz.com and I give them a bit of a credit. Obviously, the Twitter, and I've been seeing some campaigning and seeing what you've got out. But when I've started to dwell into your music, into your background, I'm really impressed with what you've come up with, and it's a credit to you and obviously your arrangement.
Thank you. Thank you. The ladies at smoothjazz.com are awesome. All the smooth jazz programmers are awesome. I don't think you guys get Sirius XM in Australia, do you?
No, we don't. No.
Darn. We're going to we'll have to work on that.
Yeah.
But, our genre is really small, but, my fellow artists, I've done a lot of shows with them, and it's a wonderful, tight-knit family. And I just love interacting with, the other artists that I have the pleasure of meeting and working with. It's kind of like a dream come true to work with some of these amazing artists that I've met and played with. So
And is it true, Lisa, that you'd just be you'd pick up and answer the phone, and there's, so and so, and there's so and so, just, hey, come on, let's collaborate and let's, work together.
Sometimes, yes. And then I reached out to Niels, who I co-wrote the Listen to This record with, almost every song with him. And I was kind of nervous to call him. And it took me a little while to get my nerve up. And when I finally called him, I was so nervous. I thought, don't answer. And he answered, and I was like, and he was so nice. And we started working together, and it was just a wonderful collaboration. We had a great time, and ended up writing 13 songs on the record. So
amazing. Listen to This is great album, and we're going to dwell into that shortly.
Okay.
Definitely really excited about your current release at the moment. Album is called A Kind of Daydream. And would I say that this, when I've watched a little bit of your music, would I say this is probably the really the true essence of who Lisa Addeo is?
Well,
just about that.
Sometimes, I mean, it's really funny when I record one CD, I record two like at the same time. So Listen to This was done in September, and I thought, and it's like that forward momentum of being in the studio. And I was actually supposed to go out to LA on November 11th, and that's when they had those fires. I don't know if you guys remember those awful fires they had. And it was 11:30. I'd come home from my gig on a Saturday night. I was going to fly Sunday morning, and the fires were raging. And I called my mixing engineer. He goes, "Why are you coming here?" I said, "Well, to work." And he said, the streets are shut down. There's smoke everywhere. And I called the place where I was going to stay, the little hotel, and they said, "Well, it's the streets are closed." And I said, "Well, can you open the windows and go outside and exercise?" They said no. So I canceled it. And at that point I thought, I want to finish my charts for Capitol, because I had an opportunity. I always wanted to record at Capitol Studios. I mean, my gosh, wow. Studio A, it's like the temple, it's the church, it's where everybody recorded. So, and I'm a huge Frank Sinatra fan. You can tell that from my catalog. I have been since I was a kid. And so I came out and I did, I arranged 12 songs, hired a trio. We went to Studio A, and I recorded 12 songs in 10 hours. And so wow. that happened to be after Listen to This, just out of happenstance. So it's a totally different genre. It's the Great American Songbook. It's beautiful. It's just different songs. It's it was a very slow, romantic album, and I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the smooth jazz too. I love the grooves. So
absolutely. And look, don't tempt me with playing some, just a little bit of a little bit of the sounds on your piano. But
is this what you want to hear? The very thought of you, and I forget to do the little ordinary things that everyone ought to do. Is that enough, or should I go on?
Oh, you can go on if you like.
I see her face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you. It's just the thought of you. My love, the very thought of you.
Wow. Hey.
My couch loves it.
Welcome to the audiences. Hey, come on, put your hands together. Sensational. Lisa Addeo. How amazing are you? And that's just phenomenal, and how unexpected. So it's not part of my run sheet. what's going on here.
Sorry.
No.
You never know what's going to happen, you know.
Well, it is Miami, Florida, right? And it's Melbourne. So, hey, let's just dwell back into that now that we talked. It's such a beautiful track and ballad. 1934, I believe, was the music and lyrics were written by Ray Noble.
Yes.
And the singer at the time who released that the version was Al Bowley. The piano was Monialita, and obviously the Ray Noble Orchestra produced that in 1934. So that was, and you're singing it in 2020, and one of the renditions. And what a gorgeous, arrangement that you've put together. It's phenomenal.
Thank you. That's the power of beautiful songs. I mean, it's a beautiful melody, and the lyric is amazingly romantic. And, the lyrics can stand by itself as a poem, and the melody can stand by itself as an instrumental. So I think that's the real test of an amazing song, and that's certainly one of them. So
yeah, that's just one of many on your current album, A Kind of Daydream. How amazing is that? Lisa, let me ask you the question. What are you most proud of today?
What am I most proud of?
Yeah.
Musically?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? Go with musically.
I would say my golf game, but I'm not very good at that. Let's see. What am I most proud of? I don't know. I mean, I'm satisfied with, I think, pride, self-pride. I don't know if that's the right word. I think I'm satisfied with my work ethic and my drive, my determination. I mean, I learned how to be an arranger because I was so curious as to how everybody in an orchestra was playing these notes together. How did they do that? And so I went to school and I learned as much as I could. I got I got degrees in composing and arranging and conducting. I conducted in front of, big bands and orchestras, and so I guess I'm satisfied that I've learned a lot. I continue to learn all the time. So I guess that would be it. I'm satisfied that I'm happy that I've followed my dream. Amazing. I mean, I've been playing and singing my whole life and making a living, thank God, from it. But I mean, there's some people sometimes that went, "Is that what you do? You don't have a real job?" And or I would write a song and they would say, "Well, what does that mean? Your lyrics are so kind of, what does it mean?" And I'd say, "Well, nobody knows what Bernie Taupin's lyrics mean, or Elton John doesn't know. He just sings them." So, I'm satisfied and proud of not listening to anybody and following my bliss. How's that?
That's amazing.
Okay,
great.
I guess
Great.
that's what I'm proud of.
Okay, that's awesome. And are you do you consistently listen to obviously other arrangers and arrangements all the time, or I mean, how do you what is it? You are obviously that's what you do. Are you checking out other musical talents out there in the market just to see what's
Sure. I listen to pop radio. Everybody from Lady Gaga to Michael Bublé to Sinatra to, smooth jazz to, Native American flute. That's what I put on to like chill because I can't analyze that. But I mean, I hear other arrangers and musicians' ideas, and I just love them all. Everybody's got their own stream of creativity. I respect everybody's hip hop, rap. Love it all. I love it all. Even heavy metal, if you turn it down enough, you can hear their ideas and their melody, the melody and the rhythmic structure. Yeah. So, everybody's following their, the creative musicians that I hear, and a lot of musicians, I'm sure I don't hear it. They're following their own creative path. So, if I were to say anything to anybody, just keep on your path, keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. And every musician has a story to tell, and depending on whatever genre it is, there is a message out there. And you were just saying, before about the very thought of you, that rhythmic, that real love ballad. I mean, that's just how some people do it. I think do it better, and being able to portray that touching the hearts of people outside, being able to do that.
Oh, I'm honored. I'm honored if I know I touch somebody's heart. It's just, to uplift somebody and make them feel good. I mean, you do that with your music, you know, you spin the music and you bring that to people. And especially now in these uncertain times, it's so nice to have people smile. And, you know, now we're giving people virtual hugs, you know, online. So I'm honored to do it. I'm happy to do it. And, you know, I feel closer to people doing my music. I feel like I connect, and when we connect with each other, I think it makes us feel more filled up, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and a fulfillment, because we've been able to send a message out. And look, you're spot on, Lisa, because Smooth Jazz Melbourne's all about, I'm not, you know, necessarily a musician, but, you know, radio broadcasting, and it's music from people like you, Lisa Addeo, and the rest of the world out there, that I can send it. I can tell the story because, you know, I play it and put this music playlist together, you know, for people to, you know, whether it be chill, relax, work environment, or whatever it is. But that's what the Smooth show, the Smooth live show is all about, because, you know, it's saying, what is Lisa all about? What's your music like? And what about the Smooth? What are your ultimate goals for the current album? A kind of daydream. I know what a great opportunity it was to record in Capitol Records. What would be the ultimate goal for the album?
Well, it's played right now on a station called Seriously Sinatra in America and Canada on Sirius XM. Just that more people hear it. You know, that's a goal for that record. And to just continue, you know, bringing that all over the globe, as well as listen to this, the Smooth Jazz. You know, that's you know, to do that in concert. I'd love to figure out, you know, a melding of the two records in concert. I would love to do that and break away from the Smooth Jazz and go into some kind of beautiful love ballad. Yeah. I mean, you know, and do a little funky, you know, listen to this or something, and then break into, you know, Swonderful, you know.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know if any other artists do that, but I love both of that. So
yeah, well, like, I mean, I guess that's probably some of the hidden secrets that are out there in the market that we don't necessarily hear of. But I'm sure there's some stuff that's coming out on YouTube that, like, it just freaks you out. Yeah, like, but I'm waiting for it. So please put it together.
I'll do a medley of like a Smooth Jazz tune, and yeah, actually there is, you know, I was doing the other night. We were doing like a My Funny Valentine, Sweet Comic Valentine, are we really happy with this lonely game we play? Looking for words to say. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, though you're my favorite work of art. See, so you can there's some songs that fit together like that. Amazing. So maybe I got to figure that out.
I think that's your next project.
That's my next project. There's always a project. I got a list of projects. So.
Well, it was definitely part of that. One of my questions was, what is the next project for Lisa Addeo? What is it? What's coming up? Yeah,
I'm working on my new album. I mean, I got the Listen to This album. You know, Listen to This went to #1. It was the #1 Billboard hit. I'm grateful to say. What you know about that is in the top 20 on Billboard right now. So, and I got a couple other singles behind those, and I'm working on my new stuff. And my new stuff, you know, like I said, when I do one, I do two. So, you know, I'm working on another Smooth Jazz record with a couple different co-writers and producers. And I mean, I keep discovering these some beautiful songs that I haven't recorded. Like Accentuate the Positive. Wouldn't that be a great song to do now? Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. I mean, right? Yeah. For now, it's so timely. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a video of that one soon, you know?
Yeah, do that. And I think there's a few artists actually doing some music that's really trying to push out that whole negativity, or, you know, what's going on out there in the world at the moment. It's very current, very now. Yeah, absolutely. That's an exciting project. Keep me up to date.
I will.
Well, so listen to this. You've talked about it. We've referenced it, and for our viewers and listeners today on the Smooth Live Show, Lisa Addeo, Smooth Jazz Top 100. Listen to this, and consequently produced by yourself, The Little Black Dress, which is your record label.
Yes, that's my record label, and I have a song called "Little Black Dress" on the Listen to This record.
On that record,
featuring
top 10.
Steve Cole.
Sorry, what was that?
Featuring Steve Cole on sax for Little Black Dress.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Top 10 Smooth Jazz Network, Billboard #1 Smooth Jazz songs. Listen to this, and Billboard Smooth Jazz National Airplay #1. Your record label, obviously, Little Black Dress. Do you produce all your records? So, in your whole catalog, have been produced by you, Liz?
Well, no. I mean, Listen to This was produced by Niels.
Okay. Yep.
Niels, the guitarist, Niels Chipner, the guitarist, the one and only Niels. And I mean, kind of Daydream and all the rest of them I produced, yes.
Okay. Wow.
So it was a lovely collaborative effort. You know, it gets kind of lonely in the studio by yourself, and in my studio, my home studio, and then I go to the big studio, and you know, I run the session, and I take care of the musicians that are in the room, and it's a lot. So it's so nice having the creative collaboration, and then you know, the help with, you know, what Niels comes to me with his guitar, beautiful guitar playing, and
yes.
our ideas. And, you know, we had a really nice, working relationship. It was lovely. So.
Absolutely. And watching Niels live as well on obviously the live streams has been encouraging, because if you think about it, in Australia, we don't have a lot of the artists like you guys coming to Australia. So we travel to, like I go to Indonesia to Java Jazz Festival to see artists, you know, from a live perspective. But let's just look at some of the collaborations that took place. Jeff Ryan, Steve Cole, Niles, obviously co-producer, co-writer, Adam Hawley, wow. And you know, can I say one of my hats off favorites is Johnny Britt.
He's wonderful. Wonderful.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. What a wonderful lineup of musicians that have worked with you on this album. Just goes to show you how great the album is. They're still charting up there. If we go back and look at your What You Know About That, is the current single is 19 on the Billboard Smooth Jazz charts, number 5 on the top 20 Smooth Jazz Network, and number 3 in the top 100 smoothjazz.com indie charts. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I think it says it all, doesn't it?
It's pretty good. I met Johnny Britt at Art Good's Catalina Jazz Tracks Festival last year, and it was just a pleasure to meet him. He was performing. Actually, I'm on the docket to perform this October. I'm so excited if concerts come out, and if we do, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm very excited to meet more smooth jazz fans, and that's my goal. When you ask me what my goal is, I want to meet more fans that like this kind of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. So that Catalina Jazz Festival, that's obviously a desire if you can get on there in October. Otherwise, it will be in 2021. Have you done other festivals like that previously, Lisa?
I haven't done festivals like that. I've done a lot of concerts. I've done some large venues. I played Radio City Music Hall when I was like a young adult with Liberace. I was a Liberace protege in my late teens, early 20s. And I haven't done a smooth jazz festival. I've done a lot of jazz concerts, but not like a festival. And I'm really excited to do that. Looking forward to it. It's actually going to be on the beach. So I'm a beach girl. I'm an island girl. So it'll be perfect, which is why I want to come to Australia and check out your beaches.
Well,
I'm there.
Everyone moves to their own. So Australia's got some of the finest beaches in the world. Let me just tell you right now.
Bring it.
90 Mile Beach. If you just go to some of the places in New South Wales, it's just, I could show you some photos, but I think it's a little bit probably not the right time.
Next time. We'll bring our favorite pictures of beaches and share them.
Yeah. Oh, can you do that then? You send them over on Twitter and I'll send you some. And I'll just after the show.
Deal.
There's a place called Nelson Bay. If you've got some time, jump on to Google and have a look at it. Nelson Bay, New South Wales.
Nelson Bay. Okay.
and I could listen to this being played on the beach at Nelson's Bay. All right, so I could
Well,
see it.
So funny, because I was in Nassau, Paradise Island, and Fever came on the radio, and somebody had it on their satellite on their boat, and
Right.
and I'm like, that's me playing in the Bahamas. So it was. I want to do that more.
Tell us a little bit about the Bahamas. I mean, from us here, we would love to go to the Bahamas. What a place! Come on,
The Bahamas are like aqua blue water. If you're on a kayak or a paddleboard, you feel like you're floating because you can't see the water. It's so clear. All you can see is your shadow on the bottom of the ocean. It's like a lake. Sometimes you see stingrays go, underneath. The Bahamians are the friendliest people. They are very gentle souls. They're very religious. And they don't have, on the out islands, there's no Target, there's no Walmart, there's no drugstore. And so whenever I go over there, I bring my friend, I ask my friends, give me donations to bring to them. And we bring clothes and jewelry, and they love, hats. And I mean, the Bahamas are just amazing. It's clean, beautiful, pristine. And they got nailed really hard in the last hurricane. And they're still, they're still recovering from that. But, God bless them. It's amazing. If you ever get the opportunity, it's really beautiful.
I'd love to, absolutely love to go there. You're now, it's on my bucket list. As soon as this whole thing's over with, then we can start traveling again. It's definitely on the list to go over and check it out.
Can't wait.
And when you're playing there as well, so make sure you let me know, and we'll.
I will. We'll be doing a little reggae, man. Island music, man.
Well, speaking of that, how about I wouldn't mind just sharing the video. Listen to this, if we can play that on the screen there for our viewers. So it's a Smooth Live show with Lisa Addeo and myself, Paul Toothpicks Curry, live from Melbourne and Miami. So we'd just like to bring this one up as we share. So this is your current, the number one track. Tell us a little bit about Listen to This again, Lisa.
Well, I wrote it just like kind of sitting at the piano, kind of monkeying one day. I went, no, that's not. And then I heard ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Again, I thought, what's that? Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. And I thought, that kind of sounds pretty cool. So then I thought, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I need four hands. I thought, how am I going to play this? I need four hands to do this and do this. So I figured it out. I just overdubbed myself. So it was really fun. I brought it to Niels, and Niels goes, wow, this could be like the name of an album. I said, yeah, right. I agree. And so I wrote it in about as long as it takes you to listen to it. So
how is that? That is phenomenal. Wow.
It's fun. You know what? When you do what you love, it just flows, right?
Absolutely. And how impromptu is it? Like, listen to this. Listen to the whole album, listen to this song, and the album. It's just exactly what Niles is saying. Phenomenal. Well, let me put it out there on the screen, and this is the latest, on the Smooth Live show.
Okay.
How great is that? Listen to this from the current album. How great is that, Lisa? That is just amazing. Wow.
Thank you. It's so much fun to do, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can imagine. And if you go on to, again, just the fact of having the collaborations with such fine artists and putting together what you've have done and delivered is amazing, and still charting. Well, it's a credit to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And if you go back a little bit, let's, a couple of years back, let's go back to 2000, Hotel California, the album 2006, Grand Piano. I mean, some interesting experiences live at the Kerr Center. That
was a concert, and the Kerr is a cute little place in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I was living at the time, and I wanted to do a concert there, and it was designed by a woman who was a string player in the Phoenix Orchestra. So the concert venue was a little house that she built, and it was in the middle of the desert before there were roads. And she used to have luminarias, which are like, the bags with the candles in them, leading her way. And people used to come on horseback across the desert and figure out where her little studio was. And it was this beautiful little place. And it was a small, intimate, wonderful place. It was like an orchestra pit. The band was down below, and there were some chairs on that level. And then up above was like the audience. So she designed it she was an orchestra, she was in the orchestra pit playing violin. So it was really interesting. It was fun. It was really a fun thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. And just not just the music, but the environment, the atmosphere, the people. There's the crowd, the essence of what the crowd's behaving when you're playing music. Does that, just challenge you? If you're not, I mean, is that a problem out there? If the crowd,
what do you mean?
Well, you know, what sort of gauge do you get from the crowd? Do you need from the crowd when you're
Well,
performing?
since I have the microphone, I'm louder than everybody, so I tell them what to do. It's like I need you guys to snap your fingers with me, so they do. And they all everybody wants to participate and get into it. And I mean, there's a couple songs that are playing on Sirius XM here where I'm saying sing along with me, and they're singing with me, and I go, I can't hear you, and they weren't loud enough, and so they sing with me, and I end the song with them singing or with them snapping, and they love it. So I like getting my audiences involved. There's nothing more I love than looking out and seeing a couple, dancing in the aisle to something I'm playing. It's like, oh, and so I make it a longer version if I can, of that song so they can continue to have fun. I mean, and I love making people laugh in concert. I don't try to do that, but sometimes I do. And when everybody giggles and they throw their head back and laugh, it's just this moment of, I see all these people in front of me, laughing and having fun. I mean, it's like nirvana to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm smiling. Just, and that's infectious. So you definitely have the tick on that one. You're able to grab the audience and take them to another level, and that's what a real entertainer is all about. A real musician. So
I always wanted to be an entertainer. I wrote like a school report when I was in, I don't know, 6th, 7th grade, 4th grade, something, and it said what you wanted to do when you grew up, and I said I want to be an entertainer.
Right. There you go.
And I was already playing piano at that time. And I said, I play piano because it relaxes me because there's so much stress in my life at like 7 years old.
Really?
So funny. Kids are funny. But yeah, so I've always wanted to do that. So, here I am doing it.
Family musical background or just
not professional. My middle sister plays. She's so expressive, and she doesn't even know that she's expressive when she plays. It's like I watch her and her fingers, and they just glide, and it's beautiful. She caresses the keys, and it shows, in the auditory part of it. Mom and dad had very good voices. They never pursued it professionally. My mother told me at one point later on in my career that she could hear a song on the radio once and she would sit down and play and sing it. I said, why haven't you ever told me that? That's like a gift.
Wow.
And so we would sing along. We would sing Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra in the car all the time when I was a little girl. And then when I got older and I was doing like some song and my mother would sing it and I would say, sing that melody again. And there was, like an intricate part of the melody, and I was singing, and she's like, no, it goes like this, and I'm like, oh, so she really had kind of an auditory, memory.
Yeah, wow, phenomenal. It's a gift. Obviously, it's in the family. Like when
I guess it's in the family. We're Italian, so we like to sing.
Italian. All right. Why aren't you from New York if you're Italian? I hear you strum when I play the keys, and one of the things I would love to be a pianist. I mean, it's one of the instruments that I would definitely love to play. It's just amazing just to see that come together. Just get rid of that again.
I always tell people when they say they want to do it, I say do it. Start taking lessons. Play a few songs that you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. That's what they say. So there's all hope for me. I mean, I play a little bit on the back there, but I just play around. But when you play, I just go, that's it. I'm locked. Here I am in another world, and it's truly transcends you into another place. Seriously.
Oh, good.
It's phenomenal.
Thank you.
2010, Lisa. I just can't stop loving you. You raised me up. So you've taken
that was a period in my life where I was kind of moving around and I wasn't working a lot live, and I felt like I couldn't not play. So I picked some songs that I thought were very inspirational. Michael Jackson is, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, always have been, always will be. You Raised Me Up was a gorgeous song. And, I got some new equipment that were strings and kind of ethereal sounds, and I wanted to integrate them with a grand piano, and that's what came out. So
okay.
That was a fun project.
I'm sure. Yeah. Jeez. 2017, the single "My Funny Valentine," which is obviously an all-time classic.
Which one? I'm sorry.
My Funny Valentine.
Oh, My Funny Valentine. Yeah. Well, that was a hugely, people love that song. They just absolutely love it. And it's a very strange song it's not a strange song, but it's from a strange area if out of context, it has the meaning that's in the movie is totally different. But I think it's a beautiful song, and it's, romantic because people think of it on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Absolutely. You were playing a little bit of that earlier when we first kicked off.
Oh, yeah. That's
before
right.
we went live. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
When I was figuring out the Great American Songbook and the Smooth Jazz medley that I'm going to do at some point in time. So
stay tuned. Stay tuned, eh? The Smooth Live show with Lisa Addeo, and certainly Billboard's #1 artist, pianist, and vocalist and composer that we're chatting with, and we're really excited to have you on the show today. Live from Miami. So appreciate your time out. So what I wouldn't mind doing, Lisa, is showing the video. It's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about In a Heartbeat. That era.
And Heartbeat were songs. Okay, I did a movie I used to do sidelining in a movie, which is playing piano on camera. And I used to do a lot of film and television. And then I would go to work at night. I would never see like half the stuff I did. But I was on a movie set with Wilford Brimley, Celia Ward, Dan Aykroyd. I met Lauren Bacall. And there was a scene where I came in to play the piano. And I went down and I went, and everybody looked at me and said, "Don't play the piano right now. The director is really stressed out, and we're behind time and we're over budget." And Will Brimley came up. He goes, "You play that piano." I said, "I did." He goes, "Play me something." And so it was his turn to go, shoot this scene. And he handed me his phone, and there were all these songs on there. I said, "Why do you have all these beautiful songs that a lot of them I recorded?" He said, "Well, I'm a singer a little bit myself." I said, "Okay." And so he introduced me to a lot of Harold Arlen songs, like One for My Baby, that everybody knows Harold Arlen for Over the Rainbow. And Will was and we were supposed to record a record together, and he did a movie for Warner Brothers and couldn't do it. So I just went along, and I was like, I'm in love with these songs. I mean, the melodies are gorgeous.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So, it's wonderful. It's marvelous. You should care for me. They just never get old. Do they get old? Does that get old? It's an old song, but it doesn't get old.
It doesn't get old, absolutely. And just the way you arrange it, put it together, and everyone does a different, slightly different modification, but they're able to articulate it so beautifully.
Thank you. It's fun. It's really my pleasure. I wish that I could come hang out in Australia and play for everybody. I would love that. All I need is a good piano and a microphone and food and water.
Fantastic. Well, look, how about we play? Can I play that video? Is that all right?
Yes.
Can give a share. It's wonderful, and it's from the album In a Heartbeat. And hold on, here it is with Lisa Addeo. I'll share the screen again, and we see how we go.
It's wonderful. It's marvelous. You should care for me. It's awful night. It's paradise. It's what I long to be. You say you've made my life so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling amorous. wonderful. It's marvelous. You should care for me. It's awful nice. It's paradise. It's what I long to be. You say you make my life star glamorous. You can't make me no feeling amorous. Oh, it's wonderful. It's marvelous. That you should never leave. You see, you made my life so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling amorous. Oh, it's wonderful. It's marvelous. That you should care for. That you should care for. That you should care for me.
How good is that?
I remember that arrangement. I remember that.
Absolutely sensational. Again, you've lost me. I think I've had a couple of technical difficulties of sharing the screen's not working for me, and I think I'm gone, finished. But how wonderful! And as I said, when you start to, as I mentioned earlier, Lisa, when you start to really dwell in the journey of your music, it takes you to another place, and I'm really grateful for that, for doing that, and that's why you're on the Smooth Live show with Lisa Addeo. Tell me, contemporary jazz, smooth jazz, pop, Great American Songbook. I want to ask you, breaking it down. I
Sure.
said to you in the original. Give me in one sentence, like as an answer, Billie Holiday. What does Billie Holiday mean to you?
Billie Holiday, her voice approaches the music and phrasing like a horn player.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing.
That's
Diana,
one sentence. That's not enough, but that's a start.
Yeah.
Her voice is an instrument.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Diana Krall.
Diana Krall, I'm a huge fan, and I would love to do a duet piano gig with her. That would be really fun.
That would be amazing.
Would that be fun?
Wow. David Foster.
His musical instincts, his musical insights, right on for pop. I mean, just beautiful. Great piano player, great producer. Would love to work with him sometime. And phenomenal. Just a legacy and a hero in our industry.
Wow. Yes. How do we get to know your music, Lisa? What do we need to do?
Spotify. You have Spotify in Australia, right?
We do, yes, yeah.
Okay, so I've got Spotify. I've got Apple Music. You can go to my website, lisaaddeo.com, ADDEO. I know it's a weird name, but lisaaddeo.com. And, it leads you to Twitter and Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon. You can go to Alexa and say, Alexa, play music by Lisa Addeo. And she says, here's music by Lisa Addeo. So I'm now audio. Yeah, that's funny. I've never heard that before. So whatever. I've been called worse.
Brilliant. Yeah.
There you go. So that's had mostly Spotify, I think. It's Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal. I'm kind of my music's everywhere. So
yeah, it is indeed. LisaAddeo.com, as you mentioned as well. Lisa, what's the plans for for 2021? Like you mentioned earlier that you're putting together
concerts, more singles, and a new record.
There you go. Beautiful. Looking forward to it. Let's have can I just run down, when I was looking at your dwelling into the track, what you know about that?
Yeah.
Certainly the latest current one, single. It's 19 on the Billboard Smooth Jazz charts. It's I read that earlier. It's number 5 on the top 20 Smooth Jazz Network charts, and number 3 currently on the top 100 smoothjazz.com indie charts. You're co-written with Niles.
Yes.
Piano is the wonderful Lisa Addeo.
Right.
Bass, Darryl Williams. Drums, you have Gordon Campbell.
Yep, Gordon Campbell.
Percussions is Oliver C. Brown. And
right.
The synth pad is Niles. Rhodes, Lisa Addeo.
Right.
You don't have the Rhodes there, do you? Do you have the Rhodes around?
I have a Rhodes upstairs. I could go get it and bring it down. It's heavy, but I can carry it.
Love the Rhodes.
That's why I go to the gym, so I can lug my keyboards and my speakers everywhere.
There you go. I thought there was a reason to it. Horns, Johnny Britt and the JB Horns.
Yes.
And obviously mixed and produced by Niles.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the song, the reason behind it, what you know about that.
I originally wrote it as a vocal, and the melody just and then we cut out the vocals. Do you do what you know about that? So I didn't have this. I had do you do ba-da-da-da-da-da, and I couldn't come up with a title. And so I was out in Santa Monica exercising on the stairs. There are these stairs that go up the side of the mountain, really difficult to do, and I proud when I do them 3 times. And so this guy came up, and I was at the top huffing and puffing, and I'm sitting there, and this guy comes up, and he was talking to somebody across the street. He goes, "That's my, I don't know, that's my 5th time of doing the stairs." And the guy goes, "Good." He goes, "What you know about that?" And I said, there's the title. What you know about that? And it fit perfectly,
Absolutely.
So so there's a version that's got some sprinkled vocals. They call it vocal colorings on it. And then there's one that's totally instrumental with not me singing, but I kind of doubled myself. I think I might have 12 tracks of me singing with myself, 5-part harmony. And then I scat. They make me go, "Ooh, do you do what you know about that?" So
unbelievable.
And it's just fun, and then I go into my studio and I harmonize with myself, and I go, "That's good, that's not good," and then I send it to Niels, and he goes, "Yeah, that's good." So that's how we put it together. It's like cooking. It's just like cooking. Yeah. You put a little bit more salt or a little bit more basil and parsley, whatever, and then dinner's ready.
Is there a point where you need to stop because you can go too out of it, like too out of control when you?
Really good question. Art. Somebody said art is never done. You just have to walk away from it. You got to walk away from it. It's like it drives me nuts. The Hotel California CD. I had to stop. I couldn't even listen to it for like a couple of years. I still can't really, but anyway. But yeah, you just have to stop because you can redo stuff forever.
Yeah. Wow. To when infinity. Yeah.
Yeah. If the listeners are happy, that's all I care about.
Yeah, exactly. And the gauge is obviously the response. It's in the charts. It's doing well. It's a next release. And we're looking forward to playing. I'll play that, and that's the video you sent through.
Okay.
I wanted to thank you, Lisa Addeo, for taking some time. We've hit the hour. I know it's your night time, and you want to chill and get onto that Rhodes and play a little bit of Rhodes for me. But next time.
Okay, we have to do this again. There's a lot more to talk about, And next time I'll get closer. But if I get closer, then you can't hear me. So.
Thank goodness we took that choice of you sitting next to the microphone, because I would miss the scatting and the.
Okay, I'll have to figure that out next time. Move you closer, and we'll, We'll figure it out. We're figuring it out as we go, right?
Well, that's it. Yeah. And I tell you what, if you're doing the concert, if you're doing Catalina next year, I'm going to have to talk to the powers that be here. And how about we come and we interview you live? We do a live out at Catalina.
Would that be fun or what?
It'd be absolutely epic.
We'll do it on the beach.
On the beach. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll do it.
Well, fantastic. It's a pleasure having you on the Smooth Live show, live out of Melbourne. It's smoothjazz.melbourne, and I do a radio program on Fridays. You're on it. Your album's definitely on the plate. We're going to sort of do a bit of a showcase of Lisa Addeo this coming Friday night. You'll be able to get the podcast on that as well for our listeners out there. And thank our listeners and our viewers obviously coming on to YouTube. Jump on and subscribe, because there's a lot more coming from Lisa that we're going to push out through YouTube channel and also through Facebook Live, which is smoothjazz.melbourne. It's been an absolute honour. I'm going to finish off the program with the latest track. I thank you, and the greatest success for you, Lisa.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for having me. I'm just honored and I'm touched, and I want to shout out to Australia and say, love you guys. Can't wait to visit someday.
We're looking forward to having you. Open our arms to welcome you into Aussie land.
Okay.
And we'll take you to Nelson Bay. How's that?
Okay.
That right?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, the chart-topping track, just the current release for Lisa Addeo from Listen to This is what you're going to know about that, and we're going to play that one. And thank you again for our viewers for jumping on today, and look forward to who's coming up next on the Smooth Live show in conversation. But it's been an absolute stellar time with you today, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Check this one out, and hopefully got the share screen right. I need to do a little bit of homework.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
What you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that?
Well, it's a win from me. Lisa Addeo, how amazing is that track? Absolutely love it. And again, thank you so much, and the best of success for you and
Hey
your
guys, it's
journey.
Lisa Addeo at home here. How are you? So, you know, a lot of times people say,
here we
don't
go.
look back. I'm not sure.
I'll get rid of that part. Are you there? Can you hear me? I think we've lost
Here
you.
you go. Here you go. Now there I am. Hi. Hi.
Thank God, you know, we can have a little bit of laugh as well on the show. But yeah, so Lisa Addeo, absolutely love that one. So well
This
done.
is so much fun. I want to do it again. I mean, we just, you know, I would love to sit and play for you. It's like, I need to do Facebook Live. So I'm trying to figure out the technical aspects of it, you know.
Well, it comes across. I definitely love if you're prepared to set your rig up there. We can definitely do a show on a few of your tracks and on the roads as well. Huh? What do you reckon? Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, I can do the tracks and do the whole thing. So yeah, we'll do whatever you want to do.
Absolutely love it. Would love
Would
a
love
live
to.
session with Lisa Addeo. That'd be
Cool.
amazing.
And we can get requests from, you know, listeners.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
If I know
You
them,
know
I'll play them.
That's it. We're coming from Melbourne and obviously from Miami. So why not? You know, we've got the time now to do this sort of thing, and
There we go.
you know what? It's about your music. That's what matters. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it and really had fun. And you're great. You do great history. You do great research, and I'm very impressed. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, bye from Melbourne, and hello and goodbye to Lisa and to Miami, and we'll see you next time. That's the end of our broadcast, and we'll see our viewers next time. Don't forget to jump on at some stage and subscribe so you're up to date with what goes on the Smooth Live Show, coming live from Melbourne. And thanks again. See you.